Today's horror manga dub in narration is a special one. It is about a chair. Now you may be saying, how can a chair like the one you or I are sitting on right now, how could that be scary? But let me tell you, this chair I'm about to tell you about is no ordinary chair. I bring you the story of The Human Chair by horror master mangaka Junji Ito. A gorgeous girl with raven black hair wanders around a deserted street until she happens upon a furniture store. She looks precariously. She decides to enter. As she enters, the owner of the furniture store looks over to see that he has a customer. The shop owner gives her a welcome. He then states, "Want to order something?" She then whispers, "Yes, well, do you make chairs?" He then remarks, "Chairs? What kind?" "Well, I want a soft one that can ease back pains." Then he asks if the chair is for working purposes. She remarks, "Yes, I work as a waiter in Tokyo." Then he states, "Did you come here specifically for that?" She remarks, "No, today is a holiday and I happened to pass by your store. Come to think of it, this chair issue has been bothering me for a while." Chairs are indeed very important. They have to support the weight of their owner, and choosing a suitable one may cause damage to the body after a period of time. It's not entirely wrong to say, his expression changes, that the chair you've chosen may change your life. Life? She responds. "Yes, this happened in the past before," he says. "In the Taisho era, there was this chair, which changed a person's destiny. If you haven't heard of this incredible tale, do hear me out. Before that, there is something you need to see. It is hidden in this room because of its significance. Please, follow me." The shop owner brings her to an old antique chair. "This old armchair played a major role in the story. Ever heard of Takigawa Yoshiko? Nope, it's alright. Although she has been forgotten now, she used to be a renowned author in the Taisho era. She was the wife of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, a stunning woman of both fame and fortune. She would receive an astounding amount of letters from anonymous fans every day. But one day, she received an intriguing manuscript. There was no title and it was left anonymous. The script started with Madam, as if it was written to just her. The details were very vivid, unbelievably well written. The story was about an ugly carpenter's burning passion. Hiding himself in chairs that he crafted, he immersed himself in an abnormal condition as he described his life in there. The chair was initially part of an inn, but it was sold to an official after that. He fell for the officer's wife soon after. Because the manuscript was written similarly to that of her confession letter, Yoshiko was horrified that the letter was seemingly dedicated to her. It was so scary. Another letter was received soon enough, informing that the manuscript was completely made up. Only after that was Yoshiko able to completely relax. Yet that was only the beginning. Later that day, she met with her editor. "I've received the script. Bitter Medicine was a huge success. I'm sure you're even more popular than your husband now." "Oh, stop it, you," she replies. "Kozuko Sensei's Blooming Toward the Moon has received good critics and has been voted second by the public." Second place? May I know who got in the first place? First place was Human Chair. Human Chair? Speaking of which, isn't that what I recommended? It is indeed the manuscript that you sent over. I was rather surprised myself that an anonymous greenhorn could clinch first place. Admittedly, that is a rather unique piece of work. People hiding in a chair? What a creative imagery. Yes, I must admit, I was taken aback by the story. The writer is so naughty. Because I own a similar armchair that was described in the story. Before the second letter arrived, I honestly believed a person existed in my chair. I almost forgot to tell you that the author's address is indeed fake. Sending telegrams and letters were unsuccessful, hence we decided to visit personally. It was deserted. We are still finding that author. What is this? Did the author keep in contact with Sensei? No. Welcome home, madame. So tired. I can't believe the newcomer won first place. So annoying. They couldn't even track his address. What's going on? It can't be! Dear, can I ask you something? Where did you get this armchair? This one. I bought it from the marketplace during sales. Marketplace? Sales? Yoshiko, what's wrong? Nothing. That night. Just a coincidence. Yes, it must be just a coincidence. The chair was also brought there in the script. That should be a coincidence, right? Who is that? At such a late hour. Dear, wake up. Could you check who is walking around the house at this hour? What is? It's so noisy. Maybe it's the servants. It can't be. None of our servants walk like that. A thief. It's coming from the study room. Can it be? What's wrong, Yoshiko? Dear, please check the armchair. There's probably someone living in it. What? About the human chair script. I thought it was fictional initially, but I have a feeling that there really was a man living in that chair, and he lives in that chair every night. Don't be silly. It's only a thief in the study room. I'll catch him. Just watch me. So they approached the room where the ruckus came and opened the door. All they saw was that wretched armchair. Hey! Come out, wherever you are! Nothing but that wretched chair. Yoshiko looked in fear. Her husband began to look around. Then all of a sudden a face formed in the back of the chair. Yoshiko screamed in terror. Ah! Yoshiko, what's wrong? The chair was moving. It was moving. What? Sir, madam, what's wrong? It didn't move. It really was shaking. There's someone hiding in there. Hurry, dear. Inspect the chair. What? And so the people of the house began to inspect the armchair. But, as you can expect, they found nothing out of the ordinary. Yoshiko insisted that the servants check harder, but the husband, he insisted that there was nothing in the chair. He began to strike and strike and strike some more, and then he proclaimed, How's that? See, nothing in the chair at all. But Yoshiko, she still looked with worry. A few days later. Have a safe trip, sir. The letters, madame. Thank you. This handwriting. She began to open, and within the letter, saw. Madam, you haven't been sitting in your armchair lately. You don't know how lonely I've been. Also, when you cruelly hit me a few days ago, do you know how painful that was, madam? Your husband is just too much, madam. No, it isn't because of the beating, but rather, he is jealous of your career. I know, madam. I know that your job as a writer is even more important than your husband. Besides, this armchair is an essential item for your work. I know when you allow yourself in my embrace. Only my warmth and gentle hug is able to bring out the best in you and your work. Madam,
Your body can't live without mine, and my body can't live without yours either. I only hope to hasten the day when you and I can become one." She crumpled up the paper. "Absurd! I can't live without the chair. Who do you think I am?"
"Welcome back, sir." The husband was alarmed by why Miss Yoshiko didn't welcome him. "Hey, Yoshiko, why didn't you welcome me earlier?"
Dear, I'm so sorry. I couldn't continue my serial novel, and unnoticingly..."
"Didn't we agree that you only write novels in the study room when I'm not around? And please don't use that chair as an excuse for your incompetency. If you can't write your stories, don't blame the chair. Just stop writing."
Dear, I'm so sorry, dear." She followed him into the study room. Dear, I'm sorry. My writing condition hasn't improved lately, and I've been a little worried." But her husband had a strange look. "Dear?" And then he fell over, plummeted to the ground of blood stained on his back. "Dear! It's blood everywhere." Then Yoshiko looked to the chair. She saw a knife sticking out, a knife slowly going back into the armchair. She screamed. All of the townsfolk began to wonder what happened. They deduced that it looked like a murder case and that the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Takigawa-san, had been killed. She screamed, telling the police to inspect the chair. She exclaimed that the chair has a man in it, and that the man stabbed her husband with a knife through the chair. The officer looked baffled.
"What? There's a man in the chair?"
"There's a line left by a knife." "What? Huh? Inspect the chair then, right away." So they cut open the chair, and inside the chair, they saw. It appeared to be some sort of indent, an indent just big enough to fit a man. Some man had been living in the chair. She screamed in terror. Indeed, there were traces of a person living in there. Takigawa Yoshiko, what happened to her in the end? Although the police believed her, the public, they still had suspicions that she was the real culprit. They all didn't believe things like the human chair. Yoshiko's career as a raider collapsed eventually, and she even became mentally unstable. In the end, she disappeared without a trace. No one had seen or heard of her ever since. After all, maybe the chair's existence was indeed a critical factor in her creations. Hey, this chair, it couldn't be that. Oh, this is not that chair. That chair has been detained by the police. Its location is unknown. But this chair, it plays an important role in the story. Please take a look. Don't worry. I only share this with those who are interested. Here, take a look.
And so, the shop owner opened up the chair, he opened up the fabric, and inside was an old lady and a man behind. Our young protagonist, she screamed in terror. This is how Takigawa Yoshiko and that man ended up. That man, he finally got her, and she achieved an everlasting happiness. After Yoshiko disappeared, she went to live with the man in the armchair, enjoying the rest of their lives. Oh, what incredible love. Of course, they had children in the future. This chair was then passed down to other generations, greatly kept by their descendants. Customer, would you believe me if I told you that I am one of their descendants? That can't be. Excuse me, but are you Hayayama Yozuho, a female author? Yes, I've realized upon seeing you. You see, I'm a great fan of your work, Sensei. I've heard that lately you've been having trouble with your work. Is that true? Don't worry.
As long as I make a chair for you, I can assure you that you won't have such problems in the future. Yes, I can promise you that. No, that's okay. I better get going.
And so she ran down the streets.
I'm dreaming, aren't I?
But after searching Takigawa Yoshiko, she did exist in the Taisho era, like the carpenter had said, and the records of the human chair was existent too. She still couldn't write any novels, and was tired after avoiding the editor for so many times. She was already at her limit, until... Excuse me, your item has arrived. Move it inside, it's very heavy. Please sign for this.
It must be a mistake. I've never ordered this. This kind of chair. I don't recall ordering this.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to comment and tell me that you like this format so I know to keep making these type of videos. And don't forget to like and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching everyone, and remember, you're important and you matter. Have a great night everyone. Goodbye.